Welcome back to the channel. I hope you all are having a great day. So, gonna try to make this a quick video today. I know I could be a bit long-winded. Uh, this video is just about explaining that there is a difference between the Bitcoin MYK token and the Bitcoin MYK inflation token, right? So these are two different things. So let's break it down real quick. The Bitcoin MYK token, what you're looking at right now, you can see on my balance, I have 359 of them. The Bitcoin MYK token is the native token of the project, right? It is the one that is mined, that is minted through your activity, right? Now, what is its function? We call it Bitcoin MYK. It has similarities to Bitcoin in its supply. So it's a more faster Bitcoin. Obviously, it's faster, a lot more efficient. Right? It is sound money based on its supply, right? But it's like the perfect Bitcoin. It's like Bitcoin without the problems, right? You can think of it like our version of gold, right? That is its purpose. The inflation token, right? That is what's going to supply us with the citizens dividend, right? Which is basically a stipend that everybody in the network gets the same amount every month. Purpose is to incentivize more people to participate, and the purpose is to basically encourage mass adoption, right? So everybody has a stake, everybody's earned it just for participating in the network. That is the function of the incentive token. Now, the reason that the Bitcoin MYK native token exists side by side with the inflation token, although these are two separate tokens, right? Two separate functions. But 10% inflation is against our version of gold, the Bitcoin MYK token, right? 10% is what pays for the inflation token, right? Think of it like a rewards token. Think of it an incentive token. Its purpose, you think of it for marketing. Think of it like an airdrop, but it happens every month. Its purpose is to encourage the building of the network and participation. And everybody has a share in that. Nobody gets left behind in that, right? So it adjusts so everybody gets the same amount every month. If the market drops, they have unlimited supplies. That's why they call it inflation. So it will more will be produced if the market price drops. If the market price rises, then less coins might be issued. Right, about $1,000 USD for everybody in the network. That's what's inflating against the Bitcoin MYK token. Right. 10% of liquidity coming out of the Bitcoin MYK native token to supply that, right? So it's a perfect combination. It's a perfect model. We believe that should encourage everybody to participate. Now, the reason we feel is important to talk about the differences so you can get it and you can understand the differences between the two is people are misunderstanding Bitcoin, the Bitcoin MYK project and token. Some think it's the entire project is universal basic income. That that outside the incentive token, Bitcoin MYK is like just a free coin that goes to everybody. That's not exactly the case. Now you can mint it. It doesn't cost you anything to mint it, right? But you are giving something back to mint it. This is how we make it fair, and this is how we stop the violation of freedom of speech. In other words, most delegated proof of stake networks rely a lot on how much money a person comes in, they buy the coins, and they can control the network through the coins. But with Bitcoin and MYK, we have leveled the playing field in mining, in minting. And so basically what that means is that nobody can come in with more money and mint more coins. Everybody has to mint the coins first. And once they hit exchanges, then people can sell them for whatever. But you can just come to Bitcoin and MYK and begin to mint them, right? The same way. So I hope that makes sense. What it does too is it helps you understand Bitcoin MYK has a limited supply. Right now, it's around 30 million Bitcoin MYK tokens. Its its final price or supply amount will be about 5 million. So is the deflation is strong in Bitcoin and MYK. It only exists 5 million coins in the end, and the value of them as they're the native network token, right? This is what you're paid and minted, right? So you can kind of think of it like Bitcoin and MYK is the mining coin, right? And the Bitcoin and MYK inflation token is the free token that goes out to everybody, right? So I hope that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. Now, the tangible, if we want to use that term, Bitcoin MYK inflation token should be out this week, right? So you should begin to get your free Bitcoin MYK tokens, and everybody's going to get them. Even if you don't necessarily, it will be like just like an airdrop. It's going to be in everybody's wallet every month. But you will need a Hive wallet, of course, and you will need a participation wallet that's part of our network. You may or may not necessarily have to log on the site, though. We would encourage you do, because your wallet will go through it will go in queue or in order of the people coming into the network. So if you don't log on to Bitcoin and MYK, it doesn't mean you won't receive the inflation token, the citizens dividend. Doesn't mean you won't receive it, because we want to encourage everybody to have it and have all those payment gateways open. So it doesn't mean you won't have it, but it is likely you will have it a lot faster if you do log on to Bitcoin MYK. Now, if you do log on to Bitcoin MYK, you're going to also earn the native token, which is more like gold, right? So you think of it like the mining token, right? And I hope that makes sense. And if you have any questions about it, feel free to ask questions about it. But the one thing we want you all to walk away from this with is to understand the Bitcoin MYK native token that's basically paying the bill for the inflation token, right? It's the reward token, right? Is not a free cryptocurrency, right? It is produced by your kinetic energy, by your level of participation. You meant it, right? So the more you participate, the more you use the platform, the more you create communities within the platform, whether it be with groups or doing polls or liking people's content or making friends or whatever you do to build a network up. We also have affiliate networks where, as you can drop affiliate links. We have an affiliate button, and the more people come in, you're going to earn more Bitcoin on MYK. So that's, in a sense, another way of minting the coin, right? So all these great things, but there's nothing free about Bitcoin and MYK. It does have value, and the tokenomics of it, because it's only going to exist 5 million coins, you can imagine that this thing is going to probably kick up very high in value. It's already went up 1,000% in the last 30 days. To see this go up 1,000,000% or something like that, or 6,000,000%, I believe that's possible, right? And I'm not just saying that. I think just because the supply is so low and it's so wired into the platform itself, that's likely to happen. The inflation token, although people will be able to sell it on the open market and you'll receive it every month, over $1,000 worth every month you'll receive. Even though that's going to happen, some people will say, well, isn't that going to bring down the price of Bitcoin MYK? Or Bitcoin MYK is somewhat tied to it. Not exactly, because remember, even though Bitcoin MYK liquidity is helping to pay for it, the Bitcoin MYK, it's only about 10% of the liquidity of Bitcoin MYK will go into the inflation token, right? That doesn't mean that the inflation token can't create value and use of its own, because remember, it's going to probably be billions of people holding it, right, in a wallet. So it doesn't mean that that's not going to happen. But it certainly means that it's going to be sustainable for people to get it, be active in it. Obviously, the more you have, the better your chances of liquidating and having more and being able to do more things as such. Of course, you can use it to buy your favorite cryptocurrencies with. You can use it to buy more of the Bitcoin and MYK native token, which is like gold. So a very exciting project. I think you guys are going to like this. And I think it's going to end up being the standard in cryptocurrency, because basically what it's doing is it's taking something as centralized as mining, development, the wealth, the geography. It's taking all that and decentralizing it. Because whether we know it or not, Bitcoin is heavily centralized, right? Think about if you mine Bitcoin. The answer is more likely no. Okay, so if you don't mine Bitcoin, you can't really say that it is decentralized, right? It really isn't, because the amount of people mining is a low percentile in a sense, right? The development is centralized, right? There's not a lot of development teams within Bitcoin. The wealth is centralized, right? 87% of the Bitcoin network is owned by 1%. So Bitcoin MYK is the better Bitcoin, and 10% of it creates the inflation token. That's the free token that many of you think about. The Bitcoin MYK is the mining token, but where we set everything free is you don't need equipment to mine it. You don't need any of those things. You only need your participation, and that's what's going to build a value. That's all I want to say in this video, guys. Till next time, as always, take care of yourselves and each other.